Okay, so can you guys see my screen?
I don't. We cannot
Not yet.
Not yet, right? Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yes.
So before I go to the chat, so let me switch on this. So here are a few things you need to know before you start working on doing a day trading on any symbol or any ticker. So first of all, make sure you have set up your own watch list with at least 20 to 25 stocks in it. Okay, I think you guys have it. Check the overall market status by checking futures or pre-market move. So before you start your day trading, you have to make sure that you know in which direction you are looking for the market, whether the market is up or down. So either you can use any pre-market stuff or futures, so you know at least have an idea in which direction market is moving. Then check the daily chart and see how the stocks closed in previous days. So it's make sure, suppose you are going to trade one stock and you saw it was positive yesterday, and you have to make sure that if it is open positive again, so that gives you a kind of strong signal that okay, if you enter into a day trade on that one, then you might succeed. Market is up, stock is up, yesterday it was up. So three things should match. We'll see that. Read the latest news which ticker got upgraded or downgraded or any special news. Like you saw HD, Beyond BYND, and Tesla, few stocks. But not necessarily. Sometimes they may go against it, but most of the time they go whatever the way. They are upgraded or downgraded. Avoid the run made by after running. Suppose you saw a huge run made by a stock, you have to make sure that why that run is happening. First read the news. Okay. So if you see that one that is because of the earnings, it is moving, then stay away of it. Don't do day trading on that one. Okay. You might be fooled. Okay. Avoid the run made by split trade, the same thing. Suppose after the split or after the split stock is down or up or is moving huge. So you have to avoid that because anytime it can go in either direction. So avoid these two. Use 1 minute or 5 minutes time period only. So when you're doing a day trading, what I do is, and a lot of people, they choose their own timings. Okay. And it differs from person to person, traders to traders. Okay, so you might be something different than mine. So it's better if you are learning from me. So it is my style. But if you are learning from others, that there will be another style. So, but right now, what I do is use 1 minute or 5 minutes time period only. I'll tell you why. Set up two charts window. One is daily and one is 5 minutes. So you should have a two chart window all the time opening. Set up Bollinger Band in 5 minutes chart window. So you have to set up this one. Make sure your trading platform is ready. That means you are already logged into your trading platform and you can see, you can immediately go and do the trading. Okay, place the trade basically. If possible, set alerts before market opens, and you can do it on previous day after market close. Keep updating watch list as you move on. So basically, alert setting is a very good tool. Like if you are not doing it, then you are missing it. So most of the time on the chart, you can set the alert. So that I prefer. I don't prefer in the watch list. In the watch list also you can set the alerts. But most of the time I set the alerts using from the chart. So either you can buy. You should have a good charting program for this. Either you can use TradingView, so you don't have to buy anything, you just pay monthly something. So it's very good for alerting and stuff. But if you have your own charting software, then that's good too. keep updating watch list as you move on. You don't have to always, you should update your watch list. Okay, so and hold on all your questions till the end. Okay, and write down any questions you have, and I'll go through that. Okay, so go to the next window. For day trading, when you're entering a trade, make sure you choose minimum 7 days of expiration, but don't go 1 month. So minimum 7 days you should have expiration, because your theta may, suppose you have a 1 day, like you're buying for today, but you'll have a little bit movement on the stock will kill your option premium. So you don't want to happen that one, though it will happen in about 7 days, but it will be little lesser than the 1 day. So don't trade on the 1 day. If you are a super expert guy, you can do it. But if you are trying if you are a beginner or trying it, so better you stay a little safe 7 days or 14 days and see how it is moving. And if you are a beginner and if you have a kind of less than 20K or 10K account, stay below $10 premium. Like if you are trading, if you are day trading, try for one contract which is $10 or multiple contracts, maybe $5 each in 2 contracts. So, but don't go overload your positions. Okay, because like you saw, like we entered today Tesla and it went down, right? So it was, though the news was there and things, so but still it can go against you. Okay, go with ITM options only. So whenever you are entering in the day trading positions, don't go out of the money. Okay, always go ITM. ITM will cost you a little bit more, but it will give you the immediate profit, good profit. Okay, so if you go out of the money and you'll be wondering why stock is moving but my options are not moving, because your theta is killing, right? So that you don't want to happen. If not sure, try paper trading. Yeah, basically you have to try paper trading for at least 2 weeks. Do the paper trading. Okay. If your trading platform doesn't give you paper trading, then you can choose another trading platform which is giving paper trading, like E-Trade or TOS. I think they give paper trading. If you are not comfortable in trading options, then first try trading stocks, like suppose $20, $30 or any kind of stocks, paper trading. So entry and exit, entry and exit. So you should know that if I enter here, where should I exit? So if you are comfortable on that entry and exit points, then you can also do the same thing on the options. Okay, that is why I say like first try trading stocks on the day trading. Like first you know your entry point. First you be comfortable on entry point and exit point. So depends on what kind of stocks you're trading. So based on that, move within 15 days, you should be thorough on those things. Then after that, you touch options. Basically, I have a little bit formula, but it may differ all the time. You don't have to go directly on this one, but it's a reference. Okay, it is from my experience, but you may update whenever you want. Like suppose you are trading a $50 to $100 stock range. So if you enter, you can expect it can move to $1 to $2 in next 5 minutes. Okay, and you don't expect more than that one. If you are expecting more move, then you'll be fooled, and your option price, you'll be losing that opportunity to get out from the trade. So if you bought one stock at $50, then in another 1 minute or 2 minutes, it goes to 51 or 52 and get out. So you have 100, immediately either you made $100 or $200. But if you're looking for $300 or $500, so what will happen after running $2, it will come down and it will give you the loss. And at the end, what will happen? You'll be exiting the position in the loss. The same thing, 100, if you are trading a stock with 101 to 200 range, then you can expect a move of that stock $2 to $4 move. That is, I'm telling basically within the 15 minutes period. Okay, so if you enter, you can expect it will move $2 to $4. So based on that one, you can get out from the trade. And the same thing, like $200 to $500, like say Tesla. Tesla may move $5, $10, right? So, or maybe Google, maybe Apple. Okay, sorry, not Apple. Google, maybe Amazon. or more than that one, right? So Netflix, okay. So these guys can move $5 to $10 move in one direction. So you can expect that kind of move. If at all not moving, then you just try to get out at the break even or a little less, okay. So that's the kind of a reference, how much they can move, how much you can expect they can move if you enter this kind of range of the trades. Because if you, I can, that's why I divided into the ranges, 50 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 500. And make sure your sell order is immediately placed with stop loss and profit targets. And stop loss try for 20%, profit target also 20%. This is another reference guide, but I'll go with that stock range move, okay. And continuously monitor trades, suppose in every 5 minutes. Also, don't enter more trades, like 1 or 2 trades are enough for the day trading. Don't go more than that one because it's very tough to manage. And manage means you monitor also sometimes, and sometimes they can go against you. And once you have $200-300 profit or $400 profit, just stay out of it. I'll go to the chart in a minute. Just there is nothing else. You can try practicing this better on paper trading, and you need a better trading platform where you are comfortable in close different kind of trades in your fingertips. Like I literally prefer e-trading, e-trade. This one I'll come back to later questions. Okay. So any questions so far on this one? Before I go to the chart. Okay, so let me go to the chart. I have two charts here. Let me first go through this chart, then I'll go to the trading view basically. Let me go to trading view first because this is not comfortable. Okay, in the trading view, so if you see the if you see Apple, ACN, all these, like you have a watch list here, right? So if you see the yesterday's close, it was kind of a doji here, but today it didn't actually fall that much. So you have to check what is moving in the pre-market, okay? So the one I checked in the morning was, I'm not going through everything right now. One is Adobe, okay? This one was good one, but I missed it. So let me show you here. Okay, look at this Adobe, okay? And this is the timing is 6:30, okay, 9:30, market opened, right? Adobe, I could not enter because it was showing positive in the pre-market. The moment it opened, I could not track it because I was tracking other tickers. But if you see the example here, so I have the 5 minutes Bollinger Band set up here. Can you see, guys? Okay. So 5 minutes Bollinger Band. If you see here, 6:30, it dropped. And the basic criteria is, if you are so confident in the 1 minute, this is 6:30. Where is it? 6:30. 9:30. Is it 9:30? No. Where is, no, why it is going there? Today's 18th, right? Oh, sorry. Okay. So 6:30 will be here somewhere. Okay. So 6:30 it dropped. Okay. Next one is also dropped. So these two confirmed already in 1 minute, right? But if you go to 5 minutes, it's also a strong candlestick. Okay. So either you can wait till the 5 minutes to complete, or you can take the trade after the 1 minute, second minute. First minute you have to wait. Second minute you have to take it. Second minute you should have the entry point, like you should have a trade entry here, okay? And 5 minutes confirms that one. Also, if you want to do only 5 minutes, then just wait for the 5 minutes. So you have to wait for this 5 minutes candle to complete. Okay. So once it completes, closes, the second candlestick, if it is drops below this one, your entry point starts here for the day trading. Okay. So if you look at here, if you enter it here, 473, okay, and it went down till 467, okay. So that is a 6 points down, okay. So in the 6 points down, if you bought a kind of option with a delta 60, delta 0.60, then so it did a $7 move. So 7 into 0.6 in one contract, you are getting $420. But you don't want to wait that one. As I said that, what is the price range for this? Sorry, the order is 450. Yeah. So you can expect $3 to $4 down, which it did. So you don't know after 15, 20 minutes what is going to happen, right? Because market was not that much down that time. So it was kind of reversing. So, but your trading is done here. So once you enter 5 minutes, second 5 minutes, enter, you are done. So, and you are seeing the Bollinger Band it's out of this Bollinger Band, and it's following, it's out of this band. You see this lower band, it's out of this lower band, okay? So because I'm following this lower band, so it did. Now, I got my profit in this 1, 2, 3, 4 in 15 minutes. Past 5 minutes gone, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this one, I am out from this trade. Okay. Now it did a bounce, and this is also another one I'll tell you later on. But this one again it did. So if you see, if you understand the retracement, I don't know if you know about those. So if you do a retracement here, so it did a retracement here. Again, market was signaling going down. So if you want to do again the day trading, so you have to be very comfortable on this one, very confident on this one. So first one, red candle. Second red candle, you should be entering. This first red candle gives you the signal that, okay, I'm going down. Second red candle gives the confirmation that, yes, I'm going down. Okay, I'm confirming I'm going down. Okay. So this one gives you the confirmation you should enter the negative again here. And where is your stop here? Stop is right above this. Stop is right above this. Okay. So in case it goes back, you are out from this one. So you should have a certain alert here. If you want to set an alert, I can set an alert here like this, create alert and set. Okay. So I'm setting, okay, if it goes above, I'll close the trade. Then I also have a certain alert here. When it gives the green signal here, what I do is I'll create an alert here. And I'll say cross below. So when we cross below that line, I'll get an alert. Oh, okay, so it is going down again. So I did my entry here. Look at here. After I enter here, and the market also supported actually. So 471 you entered here. Look at here. Till this point, you keep going if you want to, or you can use the stop loss and stop. Sorry, trailing stop. 462, 461. So 471 to 461, $10 move. So if you buy a put with the 60 cent, 60 delta, right? So $10 move, how much you made? 600 or 700? Maybe $700. But you cannot wait till that's, as I said that, once you enter, expect a $5 move. So $5 move, $300 out. So within within how many minutes? Like this is 6:30. And you might be here 750. Within 1 hour, you made 600, maybe $1,000 in this only one ticker. Okay, but you should know which ticker you have to trade, right? So it needs a continuous monitoring. Like you have to very fast in seeing which is moving. Okay, which one you should trade. It's very tough, right? So you can only focus on 1 or 2 trades. Okay, 1 or 2 combinations. Like I'll tell you, I did one. I know Tesla, we didn't go well, but I'll tell you one here. SOP. SOP was here, 630, okay? First one I missed, second entry, I did the entry here. You see, 893, okay. Stop is 872, but I didn't expect it will move 5. And immediately 1, 2, 3, I just got out with 200 profit in this one. I didn't expect more. I just did a $200 profit here, okay. Then it came down. Then I put a certain alert here if it is coming back. So it gave me an alert, set alert here. So it sent me an alert here exactly at this 655 when it bounced back. I did another entry here. Again, it moved, and at this point, it gave me $200 profit, and I'm out. I didn't enter after that. Okay, I know after that market was something showing difference. I just stayed back. I did not enter any day trading after this, though I know all this I can do it, but I didn't. I just wanted to see what's going on because I was not sure market will be so negative because SOP was kind of 33 point up that time. So I didn't expect after 33 point up, it will down so much. So sometimes you have that FOMO, right? So that is one. Like you can also figure out like a lot of stuff. They happened after that. Like if you targeted, suppose SPY, let's see. Look at this SPY. If you want target SPY, but SPY doesn't move much, so it will costly. That's I don't trade SPY because it doesn't move, means it doesn't give you immediate profit, but you can see the move. You need something which moves fast and gives you the money either in either direction. Okay. Oh, I'll not go with the example of SPY. Let's see. Which one I had one? I think QQQ is better. QQQ exactly here. So if you QQQ 5 minutes confirmation, second confirmation, enter here. And you see NASDAQ was down, whatever down, maybe 16 points or 17 points down that time. So overall it was down. So and Apple was showing down. When Apple is down, QQ also copy it, right? Then Microsoft was down a little bit. Amazon was down. So kind of QQQ was down. So I could have done this one. So if you do this one, second entry, a stop is here somewhere, okay? And you have to see how it is following, okay? So you may not made the money here, but your stop is here, so you can still wait. So if you see this Bollinger Band, it's still following this support, this middle line. It went back, retraced, and it retraced and falling back. So if you did the put entry, you might have to wait till this point to make your profit. Or maybe a minor profit here, but if you want a major profit, you can do here. Or you can, if you miss this entry, then you have here you have another entry here for the day trading. Okay, but I will not say within 15 minutes your entry should be there, or maximum after 1 hour, within 1 hour. If it is after 1 hour, I'll say avoid entries. Okay, because stocks may reverse anytime, but today is a down market anyway. You'll see it is in one direction, but if you see in the other timings, they will be reversing, playing around. Okay, so that is the best way to do this day trading. So 5 minutes candle, first candle, watch, second candle is the confirmation. First candle should be a strong. First candle should not be like doji. You understand doji or not? So if you don't know doji is kind of, let me find out doji. If you see this one, it's very tiny, I think. So doji is kind of indecisive, like neither stock going up or down. Okay, so that candle will be a doji, but this is not a doji. This is a confirmation. I'm going down. Okay, and if you bought, you see, I just bought this. We just bought few puts on this one QQQ, and not based on this one 5 minutes candle. That was on the daily candle. Okay, and market is completely down. I'm expecting it is only 10:30 right now, so you have another 2-3 hours trading. So market is going to down crazy after a little bit. Okay, so that's why you got put and you got the confirmation, and you see how it is kind of, you are all the time you see how it is flowing. So it is giving you confirmation, okay, I'm going more down, And when the Nasdaq is going down, you're going down. So if you bought a put here, you are lucky enough to make money. But if you're not, then you are going to do the daily trading, that is swing trading, right? So based on the chart, you can do it. So, okay, SPX is below this one. So also there is another thing in the Bollinger Band which you may apply, but you have to practice it, okay? So a lot of people make money not with the Bollinger Band flow, but they make the money when the stock leaves the Bollinger Band, okay? So, but not right now here. You don't see this one because it's a complete different market, okay? I'll tell you here. You see this example on this one. Look at this. So this was down, this was out of this Bollinger Band, but right now after this green candle, this is moving out of the Bollinger Band. So when it is leaving the band, that's where you make the money. So first one green, second one confirmation, you enter here, then you look at here, it is going to the touch to the upper band mostly, or this band, okay, whatever. So I think it was yesterday, okay. So you enter here and exit here, okay, or exit here anywhere in this wherever you want, okay. But we have to see that one. But you have to master on this one, and you have to practice a long time. You have to see the move. Then you can say okay. And to make the money, you should make sure that this is a fat. Like it should be a kind of a big. You cannot trade leaving the band when the band is kind of a narrow, okay. Band should be huge. Like in this one, you cannot see, this one is a band. This is a very narrow band. You cannot do anything here, but here you can do it, okay. Like this one, the same thing. So if you see here, this is also left the band, but what happens? It bounced back here. Again, it goes back to this. So it is leaving the band right now from here. Again, it is hitting the band. It is leaving the band from here. So it give a red candle here. Then second red candle confirmed. So if you enter here, what happens? It is leaving the band. So people make the money when the stock leaves the band. This is a new thing you might, I don't know if you know about it, but this is something today I'm telling you. So if you want to watch, and you just do practice or back test it, okay. So leaving the band, so when it leaves the band, there you make the money, okay. So you see, so how many points from here? 270. This is a $3 move. You cannot if which stock is this one? QQQ. QQQ don't, if it is a $3 move, it's a huge, okay. If it is a $6 move, that means you are in trouble. Means stocks is in trouble, okay. Nasdaq is in trouble. And mostly you guys know, like whenever the band, like if there is explosion, like band explosion, you make move, which is this one, right? So that is true. But other thing, it doesn't happen all the time. This band, this is a narrow squeeze. And when it goes out of the squeeze like this one, like balloon, so you already made the money. So if you enter here, you already made the money. But what happens after that? You don't see this kind of move all the time. So all the time you see is stock is leaving the band, okay. And always the band should be huge, okay, so that you can make the money. So there are the two things I wanted to tell you. So 5 minutes candle, 1 minute candle, and daily candle. First you check the stocks in the daily, and based on that one, you just scalp it, okay? So this is the scalping I was telling you about. I'm open to questions. Any questions you want to ask?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Suppose, can you see my cursor?
No, you just ask me. I cannot see your cursor.
Suppose it's showing me balloon. Okay, market is going up. suddenly market got down. After balloon, it's going to close. The Bollinger Band is going to close. Both lower band and upper band. It is going to close. Hello.
Go ahead.
Suppose I purchased one lower band, and after balloon I just purchased that lower band. When it's showing me that the market is going up, but it's showing that Bollinger Band is going to close. And then what happened for my trade? Suppose whatever trade I just took, then what will happen?
So
I
in this,
saw that.
okay, in this one, if balloon, if you followed this one and you bought a put and
Yes.
it's just following, right?
No,
So you just
I'm talking about that point. I'm talking about that next point.
which one?
Next, when that both Bollinger Band, upper band and lower band is going to close. That point I'm just talking about that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So many times I saw when I purchased one anything, market suddenly going to down.
Okay, no, that's why I'm telling you, you should have your stop order in place. So that means you have to practice more. You have to watch this flow more. So basically, if you entered here,
Yeah.
then first candle.
That position I'm talking about. Where you are showing now, that position I'm just talking about that.
Okay, here is the green candle. It's a
Yes.
big. You have to understand the green candle.
Yeah, the
Then it's a
big
green.
candle, big king candle, then a small big green candle, then a small green candle.
Yes. Okay. So here, if you enter here in the second green candle, you should not have an issue. Sometimes it may go against you, but you just have to wait, or you have just stop loss just below this. Okay. So this is what you have to do. You have to have a stop loss. Everything cannot go in favor of you. Okay.
Mainly, we have to see whatever that candlestick will not leave that band. When it will leave that band means it will go down.
Yes. Mm.
Right? No?
Okay. Okay. Anyone wants to ask any more questions?
So what is so you said like in the morning we look into upgrade downgrade news and you pick up the stocks, those kind of stocks for trading, like because for day trading you must be picking like couple of stocks only, right? We cannot handle so many.
Yes.
So
You cannot have so many. You have to pick up one or two.
one or two stocks, right? So let's say there are so many. What are, obviously this is only upgrade and downgrade news, and what are the criteria you choose to, or just look into your watch list and see like which one has the most movement or volume or whatever? What are the criteria you use to pick like one or two stocks for doing the day trading?
Yeah, so that's what I was telling you. So if I know, suppose the stock is, that's why I check the daily trend. Okay, so uh, in this case, sometimes that doesn't happen all the time, but if it happens, it's good. So as I said that if Tesla, right? Suppose Tesla yesterday it was kind of up, right? It was towards closing, it was up, but it was down. But today again it is showed some strength. Okay, so yesterday it was kind of trying to go up, and today is also trying, and you got an upgrade. So basically you're trying to take that chance, okay, because it can move when it got an upgrade and market was not that much down, so you can try to enter that position, enter that stock. Okay, so at that time in the morning, first minute or 5 minutes, uh, it really doesn't matter much. Only thing matters is volume. Okay, if your volume is high, it also gives you one green signal, but sometimes that can also betray you. Okay, so yes, literally, it's very tough to other criteria except the move. Okay, so you have to see the move. Okay, so
You see of hours like pre-market
Yes.
movement. And you buy the naked call for the day trading, or you buy the spreads?
Naked call, like buy calls, like
Call or
long
put, right?
call or put. Okay, either one.
Okay. Maybe day trading group announce couple of tickers. Another channel. I mean, yeah, that's risky though.
Yeah, it's risky. Of course, it is
That,
risky.
that, that decision has to be made quick, right? And this, we cannot announce it.
No, it's not. It's that's what I'm telling. See, Tesla is still struggling to go up. Okay, because Nasdaq is not supporting. Okay, you see that on. I'm watching this one, but kind of it's struggling to go up, but it's not supporting. So
Yeah, it was
Nasdaq.
so good in the pre-market. Like most of the stocks were green.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
after
sure if,
open, real scenario is after 6:30, 9:30. When it open, you will see the real scenario. If you see this Amazon, right? For example, Amazon was very good to do a day trading, but its options are so expensive. So I didn't toss this. But if I toss this, it would have been a huge winner. Okay?
right.
You see that? The same thing with the QQQ. I think the Apple. Okay. So basically the move Apple something. Okay. This chart is not good for the Apple. If you see the Adobe, this Adobe and Amazon were good one to go down. So I missed Adobe because I was checking all this and I got shocked. And I was also looking into Netflix and but somehow I missed. I saw Adobe was up, then I thought that I leave it. But after a few minutes, okay, I missed that chance because once I missed past 10 minutes, and the what happens is by the time you're checking and placing the order, it's already 10 minutes over, right? 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So then you place the trade and things. It's very so fast, and I go and update you guys, and by the time you miss the trend, okay.
So if you see the Adobe was going up, then you didn't try the day trading for calls.
Yeah, if it is going up, then I could have tried the yeah,
But you
but
see those two green candles, right? Okay. Okay.
no, this is 6:30 means 9:30. Okay, this is the candle when the market opened.
Start the day trading. What time you start the day trading? Like exactly when the market opens, or maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes later? What is the best
No, you
time?
cannot do the day trading before. Okay.
No, no. What I'm saying is, what is the best time for the day trading? It's like starting at 6:30 or maybe 7 o'clock, or
Yeah,
like what
that
is
is a 15 minutes period. Okay, within 15 minutes you should have your entry point.
like from
Basically, within 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you should have your entry point, whether it is up or down. Okay. The second entry point is this one actually. So first entry point is here
so
for the
first
order.
point should start like so we should see the candle like 6 o'clock, 6:30 to 6:35. That's one candle.
Yeah, you need to wait for this candle to complete though.
Right. Okay.
Because sometimes at 11 if it doesn't complete, that doesn't mean, that means that it didn't like, see, this is a solid candle, and if you guys don't know about the different kinds of candle, then I think Vardhan sent one link today about candlesticker.com, or I can send you later on to understand what is these types of candles. Most of you guys know this, but sometimes some candles are different than what you think. Okay, so basically with candles you can know what it is going to do, right? So 5 minutes, this candle is a solid, man, its close is very solid, then so I am confirmed. After this complete, I'll just take the trade.
Okay. Is the trend like showing going to be more down today? What is causing it to be going more down today?
That is different, that is overall market news, some triple witch and things. Okay, so and today is Friday and people want to close their, I think, expiration and all this stuff, they will close a lot of options. Okay, so I think it was expected more down today, I think so, uh, kind of stuff. So you'll see this kind of means market sometimes. We already saw in the March, and but I don't know if that is going to repeat. Okay.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Actually, I have some doubt in vertical. Suppose
No,
we
not
are
now. Not now. Vertical. Okay. This is not
okay.
vertical question.
Okay.
So,
Hey, Das, I have a quick question.
mhm.
Is E-Trade a good platform for this Bollinger, or should we go with the trading analysis or like any other platform? I mean, TDA.
As long as you can, the reason I use this one and different things is because I can set my alert from the chart, as well as I can set different kinds of charts in the one screen. Okay, so I don't have to flip around the charts. So E-Trade is good if you want to trade only one chart at a time, but I'll say go with the professional charts.
So when you set up an alert, the alert shows, where does the alert show? It like sends you some ping somewhere or here only?
It shows here also, it sends an email to me.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Wasn't here.
Yes.
If you open BKNG, you think it? I mean, I'm seeing the reversal right now. So, can you just shed some light on that?
That is,
BKNG.
yeah. So BKNG, yes,
No,
it's moving
D
up, but
as in Delta.
overall trend is down, right?
No, D as
So,
in Delta.
I think you want
BKNG.
DraftKings.
DraftKings.
okay, this is a 5 minutes candle on that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a retracement. So it's a false retracement. It's going down. Okay. Anyway, so you just have to wait.
Okay. So does the arrows on your screen show that, you know, the big red candle over there with the arrow? Does that show that it is going? I mean, is it more solid confirmation that it's going to go down?
Which one? This one or this one?
There are some arrows on your red candles. You see?
Oh yeah, arrows. Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's a more confirmation going down.
Okay.
See, this is a good
All
entry point. If you can, like, yeah. So, like when it happens, what I do is I set an alert here. Create alert, cross below. So what will happen when it goes below this one? It's going to send me an alert, but it's already done, so it is not, right? See, right now it's a reverse pattern, right? So it may go right till this point, but you never know, okay? But if you are sure first candle solid green, second candle I can enter here, but you can do the day trading on this one, okay? And it may go another few points, okay? But how many points, that is also a different things, like you have to know Fibonacci, okay? So Fibonacci, if you don't know Fibonacci, then go and learn it, okay? So this to this is 100%, right? So now you can expect a 38% retracement. If it is not doing the 38% retracement, it can go to 50%, if not 61%. So you can expect the maximum run till this one. So if it goes till this one and doesn't fall behind this one, below this, doesn't fall after this, then you can expect it can go more upside, okay? But your first retracement is 30. That means when it is running down, you can expect a retracement of 38%, 38.2%. That is the first retracement, okay? So if you guys don't know about this retracement, I'll say go and read something about retracement, so that will give you some idea. And if you are doing day trading, that is also needed. And overall trading, it's very rare, but for day trading, yes. And you can see it can go up little, maybe 50, but if it is still 54.4, then it can go to 54.5, then 54.7. So you'll see. So you can monitor it and where it is ending, okay? And this
one question over here, sorry, RK. Do you draw the Fibonacci from? I mean, you draw it, you put it to this side, right? What do you? When do you put it to the other side? Like
this one. Like, see, if it is in an upward move, then you start here and here. So like this one, I say start here, 0 is here, and 100 should be there. But it's only, it's different. Little bit platforms they change it. So if you can see here, they are taking 0 here, 100 here. The starting point is 100, ending point is 0. Okay, then they get it 38% here. Okay. So if you see this one, 38%, it didn't work out. 50% it was 61%, 78% it is retracing. But this is a false. After 61%, this trend is gone. Okay, so now this trend you cannot follow this one. You have to follow this one. So
Do you do the day trading for SPX?
yeah, mostly we do day trading for most of the time, but I rarely. That is futures, not here. Okay.
No, I'm saying like index, SPX index.
Yeah, that is futures. Yeah, this is index. Okay. So
is it good for day trading SPX or no?
it's no, it's so you, instead of doing that one, you can do SPY. It's the child of SPX. Okay.
Okay, but you said it doesn't move much, right?
Yes, it moves exactly the same point like SPX and SPY. If you fraction it, this is a fraction, okay? So I think it is, if you see 3304, 329, it's what fraction is this one? It's almost same, okay? So if you see the value of that one is same, and they move same. So it's no different. I don't know why it is a little bit changed, but most of the time it's the kind of exactly the same value.
Okay, do you use the VWAP also for day trading?
You can, I don't use it, but because I just do day trading only for 15 to 30 minutes within that period or 1 hour, and not VWAP. Yeah, it is good for most of the other entries. I think JD and Alex use more that one. As I said, that different traders use different styles. Okay, so
Okay, because I put it on the 5-minute chart or even the 15-minute chart for DKNG. It does not make sense because the central line of the Bollinger Band, it just keeps going up and down. It crosses the VWAP, but when it crosses the VWAP, it's not like a signal, a reversal signal. It still keeps just going the way it is. So I'm just curious to know if you use VWAP in day trading.
you can, but I don't. I was talking about this Bollinger Band. You see this band expansion, the band range, it's too fat, right? So now it is leaving the band, okay? So if you are a quick, like if you are doing a SPX trading or something trading, futures trading, it will be nice like this. So you just enter outside of the band also, you can enter here and put your stop loss here somewhere, and you made some points, okay? But it's not every time, but this is a lot of traders use this one. When the stock leaves the band, you make the money.
So I've also seen that when some stock like starts taking a trend like up or down, do you use SPX as a confirmation for that trend? Like maybe because SPX is kind of market representation, right? Which is a market.
Yes, definitely. Yes, we should see this, that's why these three are here. So we see where is the Nasdaq, where is SPX, and Dow, of course, right? So suppose you are doing something Apple or QQQ or Amazon, you have to see where the NDX is going, moving, right? So NDX is kind of a complete down.
This is one day. This is
this is 1 day. Okay. So, yeah, if you see the 1 day, it's horrible, right? The NDX is kind of down, but I think I had better view. Let me see in the day things you see here. This Adobe is horrible. I'm going to buy a put on this one. It's confirmed. Okay, you see this horrible view, and it's below this what line? 50 line, right? And the candle, you see this candle is so strong. Okay, and you might have to spend some time reading the candle types, okay? And your next support line is somewhere here, so 431. So another $20 move up means opportunity is there, okay? And if you enter here, you have a 50% stop loss point, or you can get a debit spread on this one, put debit spread. Apple, the same thing. I think Apple already broke this 50, so I don't think it is going to, but somewhere here. This one not sure. This guy tricked me also. This morning it was 20 up. Now it is kind of breaking the 50. Okay, CMG. FB was 5 point up, but now down. You see this one? Yesterday it was down 50 line. So, but right now it was morning. It opened higher. Then it is going down. So what do you think it is going to do? HD was good. But luckily, I think we are out right now from HD position. But I was thinking it will not, but I think the overall market is getting down. So I think it broke the 50 line right now. So 50 line is a major line, most of the stocks, okay, just for your information. So, okay. So if you see anything broke the 50 line, so that's a kind of either bad or good, okay. Bad in down direction or good in up direction. I am not going through all those stuff here, but the same thing in the QQQ we see here, why I went QQQ, but you might see a thing, but I think we are overall right now toward a downward market, and unless until they find their support. So if you see, so this can be the support for next one, okay. What is this one? 256. 256 is $8 move, $9. 9 point move means on this one QQQ, you can imagine how much NDX will down and how much Amazon has to go down, okay. And Amazon is going down crazy right now, and it is going to till this 2900. I already told about this. No,
it did hit 2900 today.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, already did. See, yesterday I was talking about this is going to 2900 and did 2900. So that means it broke this line already. So by closing, if it broke this line, so I think it's a good opportunity either go long with the put or put debit spread, or, and because it clears the line till this point 2686, but it may not, but it's a 300 point down. But it's too much, and you getting
So you are
guys?
saying it will go further down?
Of course, what are you thinking? It's going to go up? Not right now.
Okay.
But it's tough. You guys can do your analysis, but you see the 10 crosses 20 to 10 crosses 50. Now 20 is going to cross 50. So what do you think it is going to do? Why they are moving crossing?
I mean, it could be because of the last week's,
Yeah, but it's why they are crossing this one when these things are, do you see Amazon from here to here? It's kind of a negative, every day negative, every day. You see that? Every day it is making lower kind of this one lower lows, then lower lows, this one little retracement, again lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, okay, then lower lows. You see that?
Because of earnings, I think.
No, earnings is gone already.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So if you guys don't have any questions in the 5 minutes,
one more question. How deep in the money do you take those options for the day trading?
very good question. Okay, so I already told in the I think thing on, just try for 0.6 delta or 0.7 delta. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Any more questions, guys?
It's James here. I got a quick question. Uh, can you suggest a watch list, or is that would that be too much?
The watch list differs from person to person, right? So, but if you want to take this watch list already, you might have something.
I know it will do poo poo here. So leave it there. Okay. Chicken should not come inside. What is all this? PP? No. Poo-poo?
So, yes, and so either you can use this watch list. Is most of the stocks we are trading, I have this, or you can add like every day if you find a new one, right?
So, that's based on your analysis for Tesla. What do you think? Where will it land for next week based on the chart?
No, I'm not doing right now on that one. I'm
Okay.
just taking the question on day
Okay.
trading and stuff. Okay. So,
Das, I have one more question. Where will the recording be? Where can we find the recording?
I'll send you the link right now after this one is done.
Awesome.
I'm doing a cloud recording, so I'll send you the link in few minutes after this is done. So if you guys don't have much questions, I think Tesla is again bouncing back. So I will have my alert here somewhere set here.
So RK, the other question is basically like if there is a reversal, right? They usually say that the middle line on the Bollinger Band is where it acts like either a support or a resistance sometimes or most of the times. Could you?
Yes, if you guys don't know the Bollinger Band, you are using 2020. You know 2020 Bollinger Band, right? So if you see, the setting is 2020 2.2.0 is the standard deviation on that one. Okay, so that's the default one. So if you use that one, then this one is SMA 20, like simple moving average 20 line. Okay, so if you add simple moving average 20 line, you'll see that will follow exactly the same line. Okay, so if I start adding one recent SMA, suppose say 20, and I give this one is a red color here, so create. You see, it just replaced that line, right?
Yes.
Why back is there the SMA 20 line, and SMA 20 line can act as a resistance line. If you see this Tesla, if you see Tesla tried, and if you see it came out again went back, okay, it uses this one, it could not pass this one SMA 20 line. Now it came down, okay. Now again it's bouncing back and it give a doji. If you see, this is a hammer pattern, okay. If you see a hammer is a very positive pattern, okay. You read about hammer, okay. Once hammer, because buyer pressure is there, it was a selling pressure, then buyer came in, buyer says that no, we are taking it up, okay, we want more, okay. And you see, and this is a hammer pattern means there is a retracement mostly. So you see from here to here it moved, okay. Now it crossed this SMA 20 line, okay. SMA 20 line, this candle closed above this SMA 20 line, this candle closed above this SMA 20 line. That means it is telling that I'm going up, okay. But it's not complete confirm, means it's not completely sure, because market is completely down, okay. And market, if you see Dow, NDX, everything is down. So are you going to take a call or put? Nothing. I'm not doing anything on this one, because market is down. Anytime if I take a call, they may push me back. Again, seller will come in, because some guys will come and take the profits, because Tesla retraced, they want to close their positions, right? But this is not the confirmation. But yes, for the little trading, it's good. But I'll say, if again, I'll not trade, but I'm telling you can watch it, okay, because overall market is down. I'll not take the trade, because anytime they can sell it, okay. So it is telling me it's a retracement, you see here. So the moment it leaves the band, you make the money from here to here if you are a short-term traders, right? But yes, that's right, this uses a resistance or support. Okay. But if you see if it crosses this one, then there is a chance that it can move till this point. So 441.
Okay. In this case, in this chart that the Tesla chart that you're showing right now,
Mm-hmm.
how from where to where would you draw the fib from the hammer line to the other top red line?
See, sometimes what will happen is you want to see a bigger picture, okay, and you want to see how it is working. Sometimes 5 minutes may not be the right one, okay. Like suppose we are already 3 hours into the trading, right? So at that moment, you check 5 minutes, then check either 15 minutes, okay, and you see overall pattern. You see,
Gotcha.
you see
Because
overall
I
pattern.
usually check the 1, 5, and 15 minutes, but the 1 minute candlesticks kind of scares the living hell out of you. Like it's like one is green, one
See,
is red.
if you are using 1 minute, if you are using 1 minute, so you are the winner here. Okay, if you see every minute is this one, right? So you are the winner here because the band leaves the band, the stock leaves the band. Okay, and you see from here 431 to 437, almost $6 move in the 1 minute. Okay. So it's very tough sometimes which one. That's why I use mostly 5 minutes. I don't go with the 1 minute most of the time, but 1 minute is good one to enter if you want. Okay. So,
Okay.
So you're saying you enter on the 1 minute or on the 5 minute?
5 minutes confirmation, 1 minute entry point. Okay. So, like this one, like I told you about Adobe, right? You see the Adobe 5 minutes confirmation because the strong candle. So it confirms that okay, I'm going down. Then up next minute, if we see there is another candle going down, just enter there. That's it. This one. 635, 636, you to enter. You know, when you trade a lot, so you know the feeling and you know the move, right? So this is the entry point, somewhere here. And you are out most of the time, mostly here. If not, then you are waiting till this point. And your stop loss is here. But stop loss
But
you'll check in the 5 minutes or 10 minutes candle.
yeah, okay, that's what I was about to say, because I always follow the 1 minute for the entry and the exit. We don't know exactly if we are exiting at the right time or not, because within that 5 minutes on the 1 minute, if you see the 1 minute candles for a 5 minute period, it might be either up or down. So sometimes I get scared and I leave it. I scalp a little bit, but if then I go back to the 5 minute and check it, there is more upward movement. So that's how sometimes I switch between the charts.
Yes. Yeah, that you have to switch between charts. Okay. And if you just want to believe on the 5 minutes, just go with the 5 minutes. There is nothing wrong in that one. If in this case, if you just use 5 minutes, there is nothing wrong. After 5 minutes, if it dropped, right? After this one is dropped, I just get in. My stop list is right here. And it didn't touch. You see that? So it keeps moving. Either I'm out here, or if not, I'll just keep waiting a little bit and give me the profit. But finding the right one at the right time is matters. Within 5 minutes, you have to choose your candidate. Because if you have a lot of lists, like 30, 40 lists, it sometimes takes time. That's why the pre-market, you have to check it out and see which one is moving in, which one is better move. Then you just check the watch list and boom, boom, check. Okay. Then you just click on the right ones and keep keep checking, like, sorry. So
That's RK, would the volume also matter? Like let's say if you open the 5-minute chart for DKNG, because I'm just monitoring that like a hawk from morning. So if you open that, there are some big candles for the volume. If you see, does that add to the? I believe it adds more confirmation to an upper side if you have a big green candle and a lot of volume, right?
now volume matters. Yes, both sides, both selling and buying. Okay. And if you see a big candle with a big volume, yes, you definitely, it's a confirmation. Tesla is going up. So this also in the 5 minutes, it gives a confirmation to buy. It tempted me to buy, okay. But you can take a trial and put the stop loss right here. And if you are doing a future trading, it's the same thing, right? In the future trading also the same thing. If you just, or this concept applies to anything, okay, not only stocks, okay. If you are doing currency trading, like suppose Euro USD or USD Canada or something, and you're a 5 minutes scalper, so within 5 minutes, if it moves like in the currencies, you can also make at least $50-$60 per day, or $100, $200, based on how many lots you are doing, okay. The same thing with the cryptocurrencies, same thing with the future, same thing. This Bollinger Band concept or the 5 minute scalping applies to anything. But other than that, if you want more, like kind of, you can you can literally apply to anything which follows this, studies, like starting from your stocks, bonds, ETFs, currencies, anything, whoever uses Bollinger Band, wherever you can apply the Bollinger Band. And you can try it. I'm not telling you should follow exactly this one, but this is just a knowledge for you. This is just a guidance for you. You can follow different, because different traders follow different things, okay? And every time I also try to read a lot of different guys' concept, how they are doing it. I try to learn and note it down and see I can apply those things into my things. And yeah, definitely. See, you don't have to exactly do the same way, but this is just a kind of a information for you, for your knowledge, for your, anytime you do and anytime you enter, okay, you think, okay, why it's entering, why, what happened, okay, and where is the exit point, all this stuff. And same thing you can apply in futures, like if you're doing micro futures or medium futures, you can do it. But overall big period, I'm telling just a day trading 5 minutes, just only 5 minutes, get out. Okay. So there is another one, like kind of a little bit more Bollinger Band advanced trading, that is different. So I'm not discussing those things here right now, but but I just told you these things, okay. So okay, any more questions, guys? We are past 1 hour, I think.
Yeah, I have one question, Ravindra. So
Yes.
in the morning and noon time, you have basically one trend, like either maybe basically day trading going up or going down. But during during the daytime, mostly we see channeling, like things stock mostly channel. They basically go up and then go back to try to go back to the median, whatever the mean price is, then go either direction or same direction, and then try to come back, right? To, for example, even here this one, see. So in the morning, it was like obviously up, and then once the Bollinger Band closed, it basically is trying to channel through the median, right? Do you use that information to do any kind of trading? That happens
Is
actually,
of course, see,
all the time, like most of the time it happens.
yeah, of course you have to follow this basically middle line, okay. Middle line kind of works as your reference or resistance line in a downtrend, and in the uptrend it will work as a support line, right? So if you, this is a kind of this is not the actual trading hours actually. So I'm not using this example because this is somewhere, I think, after market hours or something. But if you see this, how it moved, okay, it is following the band. Now it comes back, and I'll use this one as a support line. If I enter here, I know it might, so it did a retracement here, then it moved, okay. After that, after retracement, if it's still falling, then I think you should be get out from your long position and 5 minutes, if you are trying for a kind of a more profit or more move point, then better you switch into 15 minutes or 1 hour for a long, means better trend. Okay, or at the end 1 day. Okay? So, but 5 minutes, 15 minutes means day trading 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. 15 minutes at the comes after late. By the time 15 minutes comes, you are out of your trade. So, but 5 minutes is the main. But did I answer your question? Maybe I did not understand properly what you said.
No, I think it's okay. I got it, but I was basically asking the question, like, I see most of the stocks when you open the Bollinger Band, they try to, channel through that middle line, it go up and then come back.
Look at this one. So if you see
Sometimes
this
they
one,
not, yeah. No, I mean, sometimes they don't.
yeah. So if you see, yeah, they'll come and hit and go, right? That's what I said. So if you see, this is a completely uptrend, right? Now it is leaving the band. So when I said already, if it's leaving the band, that's also, that time also you can make the money. If you're not sure, like kind of, you can also do, that.
It's difficult to know when they are leaving the band. For example, right now, the Tesla, right? We don't know if they're going to leave the band or is it going to continue with the band or, I mean, later it will be clear, but right now it's not clear at all.
Now you are talking about long term, but if you want a short
Oh,
term, right?
yeah.
Short term within C, these are all 5 minutes candle, right? Okay. If so, you are doing it. You are doing a scalping, right? So you see a hammer pattern here, right? If you don't know hammer pattern, read it. Okay. So hammer pattern gives you the second candle green. I enter here, 433. Right now it is 440, right? 439. Did it's a $7 move, right?
Yep.
You made the money, right? From here to here.
Right.
This is what I told you. This is leaving the band. Now it is riding the band. Okay. If it rides the band, it might go up more. Yeah, try to master the Bollinger Band if you want, and if you do it a few times, like another 15 days to 20 days, okay, you will get the flow of it. Okay, so
This one looks little lagging. Looks like this trading in TDA because E-Trade is showing different trend for this last minute, and this one is showing different. Oh, this one is 5 minute. Okay, sorry, this is 5 minute. Okay.
this is 5 minutes. But the problem is, I found out in the trading view it was not clear to me, so I found out clear here. So that's why I'm showing here. Otherwise, I was thinking to show you in the trading view itself, because trading view 5 minutes is different little bit. So that's why I didn't. But overall, right now we are in downtrend, right? So any questions on this one? Okay, so you guys already have a lot of questions. So, okay, if you guys didn't join, this is a Facebook group link. If you want, I can ping you. And any new guys, I don't know if any new guys joined. There are some new guys signed up. I don't know.
Can you send this PDF? Or,
You want PDF? Yeah, I'll send it. Okay.
yeah, if you can. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just couple
Okay.
of.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining, and I'll send the recording.
Thank you. Appreciate it.